Welcome to the yearly reading with your girl, Bob the Healer. It's 2025, and I'm here to share with you on some things we can prepare for the new year ahead, okay? So 2025 started off with a bang, honey. All right, here in California, we had a lot of things happening, a lot of shifts that woke people up and got people in their root chakra energy. Um, in the US, we're going to see this large shift of being in a spiritual battle. Okay. And if you haven't checked out my reading from the New Year's, go check that out. It's on my page. I did a live reading, and essentially it was showing the collective on how we can shift this energy of fear and fighting into a sense of praise and worship. Okay. And specifically to the United States, the United States is under attack right now. It's under spiritual attack, honey. Yes, under spiritual attack. And a lot of people are not going to know what to do when these opportunities come in front of us. Okay. The US is being turned upside down for a reason. God has a reason for the season. All right. So don't be dismayed in the destruction of the US government, because that's coming. Okay. Don't be dismayed. All right. A lot of this is spiritual warfare. And here's the thing, we're going to see in the news a lot of people fighting against this destruction when really this is fate. This was all intended for God. This is God's work being done. Okay. This is the sole work of the United States that is being transformed. All right. And you really need to put your sword down. That's what God is coming to tell the American people. Put your sword down, honey. Stop trying to fight with everybody. Stop trying to fight with the US embassy. Stop trying to fight with um or the US embassy is trying to fight with other countries right now. Just stop trying to fight. Put your sword down. Because it's creating chaos in our communities. It's creating a revolutionary spirit that is demonic. Okay, if you're fighting for Satan, okay, here's what I'm trying to say. You're trying to protect a government that was built on satanic practices and rituals. And these things are going to become very clear. Okay, something about children, childbirth, and like eggs, using sperm eggs or genetically mutating children. Okay, these laws that have been passed are not coming from the body of God. They're not coming from the creator. Okay, but the destructions of these laws is coming from the creator. And the creator wants you to understand, the creator wants all of us to understand that there's only one God, and he's big God. He's big God, and he doesn't need your help. Okay, and all of this AI technology and things like that, the US is trying to push that heavily. They're trying to create genetically modified babies, genetically modified children, and they're trying to get these laws passed, you see, that kind of boots out God. It's like they're trying to reboot God. They're trying to create life form that isn't real. Artificial life form, we know that. But actually create babies that are AI generated at a multitude of time. And it's mainly because there's been so many birth defects, and like the white race is dwindling. Have you noticed? So they're trying to get a capitalize on this. And this is coming from like white women. There's something's gonna come out about like genetic mutations in white babies and Caucasian babies. I'll say Caucasian to sound politically correct. And there's a reason why. God created this on purpose. Baby, there's karma that the Caucasian community is going to have to pay for. Ooh, I hope I don't get blamed. Listen, there is karma that the Caucasian women have put out in the universe for the way that. Let's talk about Planned Parenthood, and let's talk about how they have purposely. I'm telling you, it's a spiritual war, okay? And it's showing up in the race, okay? It's showing up in races. Different races are They're trying to annihilate the black race, and they're doing it with the black children. They're doing it with the black babies. Okay. And this is white women specifically. White women specifically have done this for decades now. They have tried to force other races out of the picture, and that karma has come back to them. Okay. It's a war. It's an aggressive demonic spirit. It's a, like I said, a revolutionary spirit that does not come from God. It's to try to take over the race. They're trying to take over the black race. And we're going to see that more heavily in 2025. Okay. And God is going to be shining a light on it. These things are going to be becoming clear. Okay. Downloads are going to be coming in. All right. And we'll start to see the rising of the black divinity. I swear I said this. We're going to start to see the rising of the black diaspora. It's the queen. It's the black woman that survives every timeline. It's the black woman that is in every single lineage. Honey, do your research. The black woman is tied to the Caucasian race, is tied to the Asian race, is tied to the Hispanic race. Every race goes back to the black woman. And so we'll start to see that the black woman can create life in a multitude of ways. I'm telling you that I'm so spot on. So this is a theme that we're going to see in 2025 is the black woman, fertility rates rising for black women and declining for Caucasian women. We're going to see a birth of black women, businesses rising. And this could create an uproar. Okay, that DEI thing is going to start to shift and benefit black people better than you thought, honey. There's going to be a dismantling of a lot of corporations that have been dominant in their space. We're going to be seeing the dismantling of the patriarchal society and a welcoming of the matriarch society, because truly that's where it really began, is the mother. It's the mother womb that needs healing, okay? And the mother is going to be birthing a new society, okay? The mothers in America are going to be birthing and creating in a new society, okay? There's going to be a boost in babies in 2025, specifically in African American babies, specifically in minority babies. There's going to be a birth of women businesses and that matriarch taking leadership. We're going to be seeing women making more money, creating more content. That are women are going to be creating the spark in the US. They're going to be sparking a change, okay? A nurturing energy that changes the vibration and the frequency of the US. Because like I said, we're all of us are kind of in this getting ready to gear up to fight when there's more than one way to win. There's more than one way to win the battle, honey. And in America, you know, America is a woman, honey. America is a woman. And America wants to do the work so that we can heal and we no longer have to fight. We can survive and thrive in unity. But it takes God to come in and get us to do the work, because this was all fate. We have to rebuild the United States, okay? We're going to have to be rebuilding the United States. But first, it requires the dismantling of these rebellious government systems, these demonic entities that were creating rules that weren't beneficial for women, that aren't beneficial for the mother, that aren't beneficial for the work that God wants to do. Dismantling AI is going to constantly be a theme. We're going to be in this state of panic throughout the year of, are we going to go to war? Is there a war? Is there a war? Is there a war? And the best advice for the United States right now is to not fight. We cannot afford a war right now. We cannot. We have to be creative about how we do things. I'm really predicting that there is going to be a shift in technology. We need to get smarter, okay? Because the war may not show up physically. And that's what I'm saying. United States does not want to go to war right now because we're not prepared. We're overly aggressive. We're overly assertive. We're putting ourselves out there, and it's going to backfire. And that's what happens when you have a man running the country, honey. Okay, we're moving in a aggressive energy, a dominant, aggressive energy, and we need to slow down and nurture the community that we have because we have too many assets in America for us to be going to war right now. And I'm seeing right now that this could be a virtual war or online war or I'm seeing a global outage. I'm seeing like lights going off all over the globe. I'm seeing like New York, Seattle, Los Angeles, Cincinnati, like these random ass cities having, or excuse me, these random cities having electricity go out, or like banks randomly going down. So, like I said, this could be a cyber war. This could be social media randomly going down. 2025 in the US is about showing up in a different way. Okay. You are used to doing things, America's used to doing things in assertive, brass tacks way. And now it is requiring you to slow down and be more creative with the work that you put out there. People are going to have to fall in alignment with their purpose, their soul mission, their soul purpose. Because if you go after things that are no longer, if you go after things that are no longer purposeful, you are not going to succeed. If you don't slow down and do the work in a nurturing feminine energy, and you're operating out of this masculine energy, you will not be successful this year. Okay, we're going to see a lot of businesses go down. They're not nurturing their clientele because they're not nurturing their business, because they're not nurturing themselves. A lot of these CEOs are depressed and stressed. Okay, big fashion industries are going to be shifting and changing. They're going to be coming out to be, fashion is going to be way more avant-garde and creative. Okay, we're going to see the birth of new businesses, new fashion houses, new creators stepping up on the scene. Okay, now anything else I'm seeing? 2025 for America is about birthing something new. Everything is going to be new this year. Every single thing is going to be new this year. The old ways of how America used to operate are no longer going to apply to the new timeline. Okay, do you hear me? There is a death to the old society that we have been operating in. This aggressive work culture, this dominant, money hungry culture is gone. We're moving into an artistic society that is priding itself on creativity. And it's very, we're moving into an artistic, creative society that is shifting from putting the leaders of doctors and lawyers and accountants into the highest vibrating positions, and to now putting creators and spiritual healers into the positions of power. Yes, we're seeing people shift their thinking from traditional practices into more holistic experiences. People want to enlighten their soul. Okay, people are feeling this divine call to their divine purpose, and we're getting out of this hustle and bustle work culture. We're totally about to see the shift into people being more creative and creating art and going towards their divine purpose and path. Okay, so if you're feeling the call, now is the time, now is the year. This is the shift. All right, we're going to see people need to patent their work and protect their intellectual property. And we may start seeing it in a different way. With the boom of AI, people are going to have to start getting more creative on how they protect their property. Okay? Artists are going to have to start getting more creative on how they protect their property. I can't say this enough. Protect your art. Protect your art. Okay. And so, as the United States is going to be shifting their frequency collectively from being this hustle and bustle, aggressive culture into a more intuitive and spiritual culture that respects healing practitioners, that respects healing practitioners, and that understands that we are shifting from a patriarchal society into a matriarchal society. Okay, a society that is ran by the women, a society that is nurtured and takes the time to heal and reveal what God is shifting into American culture. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the things that are happening globally. We are globally rising in the universe. Okay, we are going to see a major shift in the planet vibrationally. Okay, and this is all a part of God's plan. People are going to start traveling more. Okay, they're going to start shifting their perspective. They're going to start getting out of their hometowns. Okay, we're going to see a lot of like people doing international travel this year, getting out of their home environments and see other religions, learning about other cultures, and exploring outside of their physical sphere. We're also going to be seeing a lot of countries actually venturing out into the galaxy. Yeah, we're going to be seeing galaxy exploration. People going to maybe visit Saturn, go look at the moon or other moons that orbit. People are going to start asking the question about how religion has played with the galaxy, and how God has her hand in the creation of the galaxy. We may see more information come out about what's happening in the galaxy, or what's happening to the US, or excuse me, something that's happening in the US is affecting the universe, is affecting the rest of the world. We could see something around the Egyptian pyramids. We're definitely going to be talking more about extraterrestrial beings and their interference with Earth and the galaxy. We're going to be seeing other animals, not just aliens, but other animals that exist in the universe, like birds, some type of birds. They're going to be talking more about flying in the universe, planes that move faster. We'll see more developments in flying, more developments in fast travel, like getting from A to Z super quick, or rockets that are getting shooted into the atmosphere super quick, getting into different dimensions, different galaxies super quick, different dimensions for sure. Astral travel, like I said, is going to be a theme in the rest of the world. It may be discovered that we have multiple moons. Ooh, there are going to be some tsunamis. Okay, we're going to recognize that the water is taking over most of the land and it's causing tsunamis. There are things in the core of the earth that are coming out. The earth's rotation is shifting and we're spinning at a faster rate. Vibration and frequency has a lot to do with how fast we accelerate. Vibration and frequency, the frequency of the earth has everything to do with our timeline and the trajectory of our life cycles, right? The vibration, the frequency that we emit affects the trajectory of the life force of the earth. You get what I'm saying? So, like, if the entire community of the earth is angry in bitterness and in dark energy, it pushes us towards the dark energy in the atmosphere. But if the energy and the vibration and the frequency is rising in the collective, we extend our life force. Literally, we are killing ourselves or giving ourselves lives by the vibration that we are holding on to as a collective. And so, Spirit wants all of us to redefine our perception of astrology and astronomy based on our frequency. Okay, how the planets have been aligned are really shifting based on the human design. Oh, that's deep. The vibrational frequency of the earth is going to be a common topic that we see being reintroduced time and time again in the collective. And we're going to have new developments on this. Like telepathy is a real thing. Okay. And there's going to be telepathy technology where you can read people's brains. Yeah, there's going to be a telepathy technology where you can read people's brains, where you can read how a baby's feeling. Like if a baby's crying, you'll know exactly what they need, type thing. And it'll come up in like some earphones or something like that where you can hear it. You know, they already got the translators for the language. The next thing is going to be where you can actually hear people's thoughts. But this is the thing, the more developments in technology, the more that spirit wants us to tap in and fly above these advances, because these advances really are not doing anything new. We've always been able to have telepathy. We just haven't been paying attention. And so that's the thing. Collectively, we all need to be paying attention to spirit and not these technological advances, because these technological advances are only manipulating spirit. They're not actually spirit. Okay. And spirit is trying to teach us all that if we really get out of, see, science was really built to keep us. Science is a copy ripoff of spirit. And when we really check in with spirit, spirit will tell us exactly how to expand our life force. And the teachings are there. We just don't believe them. Science doesn't believe a lot of what's happening in spirituality. And now they're starting to see, oh my gosh, all along they were right. For decades, these shamans and, you know, these priests were right. And like I said, we're going to start to see this shift in the people who we've given so much power to, these doctors, these lawyers, these government officials, listening to their advice, when in reality, y'all need to be calling Bob the Healer. Make sure you're subscribed, okay? The world is going to have to get curious. Get out of your comfort zone and explore different avenues that were really meant for you. Explore different avenues, explore different cultures. Okay, social media is going to bring the world together in 2025. We're going to all be able to witness other people's experiences and lives. Okay, we got people in the Middle East that are going to be able to see what's really happening in America. We got people in America who can see what's really happening in the UAE. Okay, we got people in the UK that is able to see what's going on in Russia. Okay, social media will become the vehicle for other people to rise above. We might start to see some campaigns, spiritual campaigns going around on social media that are pushing people to rise above what they've been taught. Okay, we might see these developments come in on social media about what's happening in our universe. Okay, how our universe is shifting and changing, either for the better or for the good. Okay, these new developments on science are going to look real spiritual. And you know, Bob the Healer tells you it here first, honey. Okay, you get Bob the Healer gets it's live here. Bob the Healer is telling you there's going to be developments in our universe, and we're going to see some things shift with the Earth platonics. I'm not saying it right. Okay, we're going to see some things shifting in the inner of our core. Okay, how the Earth is spinning is shifted. Okay, we're going to see some interferences with our universe. Okay, that's going to require people to. A lot of people are going to start expanding outside of their religion, because these new developments are going to question a lot of people's perspectives on spirituality, on, you know, what the government has been telling them forever about what's happening in the universe. And it's going to get people to explore spiritually. Okay, there's going to be new developments that are going to let people know that, like, you can dream travel. My ears will not pop. There's just something that is going on. My ears will not pop. Be a lot of developments in our society, um, internationally, on travel as well. Travel will be a theme. Flying. Okay, the government has their hand in flying right now. The government is trying to keep these planes on the ground because they don't want international flights right now, especially in the US. The US thinks that these flights, there's going to be a PSA that comes out about flying internationally, and they're going to try to protect the borders. They're trying to protect the borders because they don't want people to get any ideas about leaving. Yeah. The government does not want people to leave the United States, so they're going to try to protect the borders and keep these planes on the ground. Okay, so there's a multi-part of what's going on with this flying internationally. The first part is a lot of these airlines don't have the finances to properly inspect these planes. Okay, there's a lot of strings attached in this process. You see, okay, there's a lot of people's hands that are involved in these recalls. Okay, it's not just these airlines that are need to be blamed. Okay, there's a huge amount of corporate taxes that are being expunged. Okay, that are being taken off the record for a lot of these airline companies. Okay, and this is going back to 2020, honey. It's going back to 2020. A lot of people canceled their flights, or they had some delays in their flights, and these airlines could not cover it, honey. And so in order to try to like cut down the budget, they they skimped on some of these prices, honey. Okay, they skipped on some of these protocols and regulations, and all this is going to come out. So it's a multitude of that. Oh, as well as the government not wanting people to leave and go, something about protecting international borders, specifically in the UAE. And globally, we're going to see them putting their hands in flying, and people are going to have to find other ways to explore and get curious. I say take the train. Some people are going to have to actually physically walk or start driving their cars, um, or just get people. It's going to force people to get online more. Okay, it's going to force people to get online more, and we may see like a social um, exploration. Yeah, we're good. Ooh, and my ears just stopped. Oh, good Lord. We're going to see a social exploration where people are going to be getting out of their communities more and traveling, um, whether that's astrally, through their dreams, or through social media, where you're able to see and experience different cultures right where you are. Okay, so there may be like a virtual vacation that people may be able to have, or like some type of online exploring. Like you might start to see an uprise in online games, or something with adventure. Okay, what is the overall advice for everyone watching this video and for 2025? Manifest. Okay, because we are walking into a new trajectory that requires us to be in touch with creation and feminine energy. It is requiring you to daydream more. Okay, to step into your visions. Okay, to surrender to God's vision and purpose for your life. Okay, stop manifesting without God. When you manifest without God, you create a life that is demonic. Okay, we create corporations, institutions, and communities that are without God. And so we're walking into reshaping our society into more of a grounded, rooted society that is connected to God and God's vision of where we want to go. So it requires, some of us are going to have to walk alone. Some of us are going to have to tap in with our roots. And some of us are going to have to really get connected with spirit. But visions will be coming out. Things will be revealed. Okay, some of you guys have visions at the beginning of this year that God is going to help you walk out, and you just have to keep focused on the vision. You may not physically see it, but it's coming, and it's coming into manifestation. Okay, confirmation is coming into manifestation. You just have to root yourself so that you can grow. Okay, So the advice is, now that you have the vision, root yourself, stabilize yourself so that you can grow, and make sure that your vision is in alignment with God. Okay? God bless you guys, and I'll see you for the next